Well, all my fellow Hexicans, welcome back to Lahui, Hawaii. August 2nd, 2021, very important day. So I thought I should come back here and document it here in Lahui, where I've documented a lot of important days. And why is today so important? Well, it's the final day of the pulsechain sacrifice period. And this has been a very volatile week, maybe 2 weeks. My last video, I was down in San Salvador. We had about 8-cent hex. I knew we were closing in on a dime right before the hex meetup in Vegas, which was a great time. Hey, all my fellow Hexicans that were out there, I hope you had a great time like I did, watching the tank get crush the car and the nightclub and the whole 9 yards. Matty Allen, thanks a lot. You did a great job setting that all up. And everybody else who contributed, thanks for the shirts, thanks for the hats. Everybody I know loved it, and thanks Richard for for setting us on this journey and letting us find our own path. Anyway, here we are, the last day of the sacrifice phase, and it's gonna be, we went during the sacrifice phase, we went from 8 cents to 14 to 17 to a couple times 22 and 26 and 28 cents. And we've just seen some big candle wicks that have really been popping. So now here we are, the end of the sacrifice phase. The heat's died down. It's sitting around 11, 12 cents, which is still huge. From 8 cents to 11 cents, most people would love it. But when you have that bump above it, you're like, whoa, here we are now at 11 cents. Well, I'm telling you, we're about to be going into a very volatile week. It feels like the last 2 weeks was volatile. I feel like the next 2 months, as we wait for pulsechain to launch, we are about to see some volatile action. So I want everyone to put their seatbelts on, decide what your game plan is. The best game plan is to buy hex and stake it. If you have a different game plan than that, I mean, you better do it with 5 or 10%. Oh, hang on. Car drive by on the sidewalk behind you. If you have a different game plan than that, it better be with like 1% of your hex. Because if you're doing it with 10% or 50%, man, you're about to miss out. So here we go. I let myself down because I didn't wake up for the dawning of the pulsechain like I wanted to. I slept in. Dang it, now it's already 11 o'clock. What are we gonna do? Maybe next weekend Kona will do something different. But here we are. It's another beautiful day. People are out here in Hawaii again. It's packed. You have to get reservations for restaurants now. Whew. People are taking their vacations this year. They are not skipping. Last year everybody skipped. This year nobody is skipping. So anyway, got 11 cent hex. I feel like there's so many people that are just barely hearing about pulsechain, and they aren't going to get into the sacrifice phase at all. They're going to miss it because people do that. They hear about it. Oh, let me do it. And then they wait. And then, oh, by the way, what's going on about that? Oh, yeah, it's over. Then you got to wait 2 months. Well, the only thing you can do once the sacrifice phase ends, and if you want pulse, the only thing you can do, the best option for you, is to buy hex, because you'll at least get hex tokens on the pulse chain. And if you were like, I want to buy pulse, okay, well, buy hex. And then when pulse launches, it's just one swap. You can swap hex for pulse instantly. It'll already be on the chain. They that you want. So if you have $1,000 and you miss it, if you forget and tonight comes and you still haven't sacrificed anything in a pulse chain, no problem. Take that 1,000, buy some ETH, buy $950 worth of hex, and sit on it and wait. Sacrifice it or leave it liquid. If you want pulse, just leave it liquid, and then when pulse chain launch, you'll get a little bit of pulse from having that 50 ETH. You'll have enough to transact and stuff, and then just whatever the price X is, boom, you can transfer it right on over to pulse. So we're gonna have this little window. It's probably gonna be 2 months. That's what I expect. You have to. People want it fast. I'm like, man, if it takes a year, if it took a year to launch pulse chain, do you know the demand that would be out there for this pulse chain? We at least need 2 months of demand to build up so that there's people trying to buy it instead of just the people that just bought it, didn't even buy it, sacrificed for it, but they just received it. There needs to be a little bit of time. So 2 months, I think, is a minimum number. Maybe 6 weeks would be the very minimum number. You need some time to happen to let new people hear about it that missed it, as laggards, so that they can be like, yeah, when this launches, I need to be there the day one to buy. So anyway, that's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. I've been right a few times. Maybe I'll be wrong a few more. I don't know. Enjoy this beach. I didn't look to see if I held it straight. I hope I did. Enjoy this view with me. It's a beautiful view. It's a beautiful day. Enjoy the hex ride. Enjoy the pulse chain ride if you're on it with me. And I guess I'll make another video at 25 cent hex incoming.